Hello Daily Ukuleles, this is John with John's Ukulele Cafe, and today's song tutorial is Tonight You Belong to Me. I heard this song when I heard Eddie Vedder's version on his ukulele album. I think it's called Ukulele Songs, along with Cat Power, and I thought it was really cool. Just bringing back some good old songs, and I really like the changes that he made to some of the versions that I've heard before. So I'm going to do the Daily Ukulele version of this today first, just exactly how it is in the book, and then I'm going to go over his version after that in the tutorial. And if you're a beginner, I definitely would stick with the Daily Ukulele version, but if you're finished with that version and you're wanting to learn some new things, there's a lot of really cool things to learn in that version of it. So if you like these videos, hit like and subscribe to my channel below, where you can catch many more Daily Ukulele videos. I'm in the home stretch. I think I've got a little bit less than 40 songs left in 2025 now, with songs that I need to cover. So the other cool thing that's coming up is we're going to be doing Daily Ukulele Live. We're going to be doing 3 sessions on Zoom coming up. If you're interested in that, I have a Patreon page that's on there, and I'll put the link below where you can click on that, or you can go to the link, maybe a QR or something like that. But if you've always wanted to play in a ukulele group, never had a chance to, or if you played in one before but maybe you just don't want to leave home, I'm going to be covering some songs from there. I'm actually even taking requests from the Daily Ukulele books. Give a brief tutorial and then we'll just kind of play through some songs online there. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and check out my Patreon page. It's called Uke Cafe, but I'll put the link or the QR code up for you so you can check that out. That should be starting in September. Go ahead and check that out. If you haven't been on my Patreon page, you can start as a free member, but the downloadable content and then the Daily Ukulele Live, you'll have to pay for those. But I hope you enjoy this video, and I can't wait to get started. Let's give it a go. Alright, so we're doing the Daily Ukulele version of Tonight You Belong to Me, and it's not too bad. There are a couple of chords in there that are a little bit tricky. So if we look through the chord list first, we've got a G chord. I'm just doing a 0-2-3-2. I'm using 3 fingers here on this part, and then we're going to walk that down to a G7 next. I know you belong to... And then we go to a C major 7, which is just your ring finger, wherever it was on the G7. Somebody. This chord, the C minor 6, is a little tricky. I just take my ring finger across 3 of the strings 1, 2, and 3, and then I bring down either my pointer finger or my middle finger. I think I use my pointer finger. You can also use your middle, whichever you're more comfortable with. It's kind of like I'm borrowing it, but I'm just making sure that middle finger is touching on fret 2. Right, really beautiful chord that's in there. And then we get back to G chord. But tonight you belong to me. Alright, and we also had some D7 chords in there, but you probably have played these enough that they're very simple. 2-0, 2-0 from the ceiling to the floor. Second time through, it's going to be pretty much the same, except we're going to go out to a C minor 6 chord. So I'm going to skip the beginning again when you do the repeat, because it's pretty much the same. On this part, I'm doing the C minor 6 like we had. Way down by the stream. If you're able to, I would kind of mute the strings, just something a little bit different. So like, way down by the stream. So I'm strumming and I'm catching these strings with the back of my hand right here, like on this bottom part, and that's going to make a nice short sound just for some contrast, right? So we're going to be on this for a while. Let's go there on way down. 1, 2, 3. Way down by the stream, how sweet it will seem once more. And now we're on a G chord. So now we're going to do something really fun. You have a G chord. Once more, just to... It's that same shape we had before. And then we're going to slide it down to fret 1. Dream in the A7, 0100, moonlight D7, my honey I know. And we're back up to the top again as we go through. So That's pretty much it as far as the book goes. I'm going to do a full run through of that song, and then we're going to do a tutorial on the Eddie Vedder and Cat Power version after that. Here's the run through. 1, 2. I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart, and tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it will be once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. I kept wanting to play the Cat Power and the Eddie Vedder version because that's mainly what's in my head from doing the next video we're about to do. So hope you enjoyed that, and if you want a little more challenge, stick around for the Eddie Vedder and Cat Power version next. All right, here we go. All right, so if you haven't heard the Ukulele Songs album by Eddie Vedder, I really recommend it. It's really great. It's got a lot of variety to it, and on that album is the song Tonight You Belong to Me, originally by Lee David and words by Billy Rose. And Eddie is accompanied also by Cat Power, who sings kind of like echoes or does harmonies, that kind of thing. In the run through that we're going to do, I had my wife sing along with me. Thank you, Laura, for that. But there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going to be in this tutorial that I'm excited to share with you. So first things first, I would get really comfortable with a bar G chord. Okay, what I mean by that is covering the first 3 strings on fret 2. And you're going to put your middle or your ring finger down on fret 3 on string 2. So the reason for that, at least in my opinion, is it's easier to rock and roll back and forth. We have 2 sus chords that we're going to talk about first. So a sus chord is a suspended chord. It can usually either be a sus4 or a sus2. And all that means is, like, if I'm playing this one, which is from the ceiling to the floor, 0233, 0233, that's called a G sus4, right? And the reason it's called G sus4 is because it has a 4th in it above the G, G, A, B, C, okay? So G chord, and then we're going to go to a sus2 next. So the reason it's sus2 is because it has an A in it, if you guessed it, right? G to A. So we're using both in this song. I've never really used it that much, but this version of that Eddie has done uses a lot of suspended chords. So we've got I know. It's just a really nice way to kind of start the song. And it actually has some meaning to it. I mean, this song is all about like star-crossed lovers, right? And a sus chord is one of the best things that you can use to capture that emotion in the song, right? You have this suspended chord that just doesn't want to resolve. Sometimes it does, and then that one, you can't end a song on that chord either. You gotta go back to G, right? So it really captures this message in a bottle right here. So, but anyway, we're gonna start right on I Know, okay, which is the same as the Daily Ukulele version for a little while. 1, 2, 3. I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight, another sus2, you belong. In this version, we're going to do the other D7. So that's 2, 2, 2, 3 from the ceiling to the floor. And then you're also going to add your pinky, you belong, which is going to be the tonic note or the note that we're singing on that chord, right? To me. And then we go back to the intro part we had before. right, for a measure. This turnaround next is super cool. This is I had to sit there for 4 or 5 minutes and just play along and try to figure out what it is. I didn't find it on the internet. I couldn't find it, so I just found it by listening to it. So this next thing is a D sharp major 7, and it's from the ceiling to the floor 3 3 3 5. Right, and you're gonna let go of it next. So it's kind of like this, right? Which is a D sharp 6, and then we go to D6, and then we let go of the first string to get to a D. Sounds really complicated. If I go really slow, here's the turnaround. It goes. I've never heard any turnaround like that before, and I'm wondering where he got it from. So if you know maybe where he got that from, write it down in the comments. But let's do that whole first phrase, and we'll add all of the things in there, and then we'll go to the second verse. 1, 2, intro, go. I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. All right, now we're into verse 2, which is pretty much the same, except the turnaround at the end of this one is a booger. Oh, I learned some things on that thing too, so but it'll give you something to work on as well. Okay, so let's go through the second verse, exactly almost the same as the first, except the turnaround, which we'll stop at. 1, 2, 3. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart, and tonight you belong to me. All right, now we're in for the turnaround. Okay, I might have to write this out on tabs so you can figure it out, because chord-wise, it almost doesn't make sense because it has a melody within it. So we make a G chord. I recommend a barred G chord. And we make that sus chord again, sus4. And then we're going to add the D to it, which makes a G5. Okay, so it's like, do it one more time, ready, go. Okay, now, hold your pinky down as an anchor, and you're going to be making this shape. It is O535, which is totally new for me. This is a G7 chord, just a different voicing, I guess. And then we're going to slide that pinky to 7, and then to 8 if you can reach it. On a tenor ukulele, that's really tough. So let's do that whole turnaround. So it starts here in the G. Something like that. I'm not going to do it again because I might mess it up, but that's basically how it works. Getting it fast is very difficult, but it's super cool. Super cool. All right, so right next, in the next part that we have, we're going to go way down. How they make it in the video is frets 3, 3, 3, 6. Way down by the stream. And then in between the measures, like right in that last 16th note, he's going to drop it a half step from fret 6 to fret 5. So way down by the stream, how sweet it will seem once more. Now, in the Daily Ukulele version, it goes once more, but his voice actually stays once more. It's that G note. Yeah, the G carries over from the C minor into the G. So we're on once more, just to. Now in this version, he goes to an A7. It is fret 2, 4, 3, 4. Okay, and from there he goes to a D7, 2, 2, 2, 3. All right, so let's see if we can get all the way from after that turnaround to where we just got to. So it would be 1, 2, 3. way down by the stream. How sweet it will seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know. And then we go back up to the top. And from now on, it's pretty easy. Let's just ride it out to the end, okay? My honey, I know, with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. And I forgot this part. This is a C minor for a whole measure. It's just like triplets. But tonight you belong, and you add the pinky, to me, and he does something like, there's a little finger picking at the end. So hope that helps. If you love this song as much as I do after listening to it 1,000 times, it was really cool to learn all those little tricks that are in there. So for me, ukulele is all about the tricks now. Or the turnarounds, or something interesting that I haven't seen before. So that's just kind of where I'm at with ukulele playing. And I hope this has given you a lot of cool tools. I have not found an accurate version on the internet, so hopefully this will serve you well. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe down below, where you can catch many more daily ukulele videos and just whatever other cool music that I find. Next, you're going to hear the full run through with Laura and I. Can't say it's perfect, but it did the best we could. So hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.
I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart, and tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it will seem once more just to dream